coolest conversation with my friend Carl, and it's so cool. He gave me so many messages, and he says to me, they're not filling this in. They are building a house here, but she's building this here before she builds the house because there will be no way to get in to build the dock once she builds the house, right? She's not going to cut the palm trees down. She wants to save them. And I said, you know, the dragonflies are disrupted because they don't know what's going on. They've been kicked out of their natural habitat. And I said, and I was just saying to people that, you know, if your place of beauty becomes a parking lot, it's time to move, right? And he says to me, when will I be out of debt? And I said, when you sell your property. And he goes, that's the only thing I own. And I said, don't sell it. And he says, I'm not going to. And I said, some things are worth being in debt over, you know? So he says, I said that the dragonflies are upset, and I said they love the bulrushes, but right now there's a lot of building and disturbance going on where the bulrushes are, where the dragonflies want to live. So he says, well, what can I do? He goes, I don't want to turn this into a parking lot. And I said, I just said that it's time to move when that happens. And I said, you don't want to do that, so you're not selling your property and you don't want to leave. And he goes, no. And so I took him up and I showed him. He goes, why are those called bulrushes? Aren't they pussy willows? And I said, no, pussy willows are the little tiny brown ones. They're like, those are cattails. Cattails are bulrushes, right? And I said, think about bull, stubborn, right? You're not going to let them turn this into a parking lot. And he says, yeah, that's what so many people do. And I said, okay, well, it's waiting for you. That clump of bulrushes that are up there, that's normally underwater, I said, it's just big enough for you to take 2 pieces. He says, I would like to bring a natural habitat back over here, right? So I'm going to show you guys. So he says, look, I'll show you where it is. And he took me over to the trees. And he goes, everybody tells me that I should, you know, build a dock or build a wall, and everyone's telling me to cut down the trees. And I'm saying, no, I don't like the trees. And I said, no, because then you turn it into a freaking parking lot. And he goes, exactly. And I said, and then you're ruining the habitat for the animals. And right now, I said, this is a plethora of dragonflies. You won't see dragonflies like this anywhere where I am. I said, we get 1 or 2. I said, but there's tons, and they're flying all around because they don't know where to land. And so the water is normally up to, you know, it's like 3/4 of the way up, right? And there's a spot. I said, that spot right there and that spot right there. I said, you go take those bulrushes, plant them in right there. And then when the water comes up, I said, they will spread. And he goes, because I want to build a habitat. And I said, I'm telling you, build it and they will come. So he goes, I'm going to do it. He goes, right now I'm going to plant this plant for my wife. And he goes, and I'm going to do it. He goes, and I want to tell you, he goes, I've missed you. He goes, you haven't been on your canoe. He goes, I thought you must have moved. And I said, no. I said, I might be, but no, not yet. I'll be out now that the water's up a little higher. And he says, well, I got to tell you. He goes, not only are you very congenial and very pretty, he says, you've given me some fantastic ideas. And he goes, what did he say? Something about, you've given me you're very congenial, you're very pretty, you've given me some great ideas. And I can't remember what the last thing is. Maybe it'll come back afterwards. But I said, oh, thank you. And I gave him a hug. He is like my twins' grandpa. He's like my twins' grandpa. And he says, it's so strange. If I could tell you the names of the people that he was speaking about, it's like, this is the family compound. Everybody lives together on this property. All of them, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, everybody lives on this property. And he says it's a safe place, and he goes, I don't want Jessie to go away. I'm getting emotional. And I said, there's somebody with that name that has been kind of pushed aside, and he said, I don't want Jessie to go away. And I said, Jessie's not going to go away. And you just keep holding on, and you love him no matter what the rest of the family says about the choices, and he's not going to go away. It's going to be fine. And he goes, thank you. That's confirmation. I'm just going to stop it there.